going to teach you how to become a millionaire online. Now,
$150,000 from what I would consider
$1,579 per day.
$1,400 every single day. The method that
$1,000 per day, and the entire side hustle can be automated.
You're being lied to. Now, I really want to be careful to make sure you're not getting the wrong idea here, because YouTube is a marketing channel, right? That's what YouTube is. So I fully expect companies and people to kind of put forth their best foot or put the best case scenario forward. But if a company like McDonald's showed a commercial for a Big Mac and they put 45 hamburger patties on that Big Mac, I would fully expect McDonald's to have Big Macs that have 45 patties on them. So the real big issue with the hustles that I'm going to show you right here, and I can virtually guarantee you've run into these hustles and been told to do these hustles to make money, is that there's probably not one single person on planet Earth doing the numbers that some of these gurus are claiming with these side hustles. Number one, and I've hit this so hard on this channel so many times, but it's paid surveys. So the biggest Pinocchio award here goes to this video right here, where they're claiming that you can make $100 to $700 per hour taking online surveys. So if we followed out this claim and you did surveys 40 hours a week, you would be making $1.5 million per year. Now, don't get me wrong here, you can earn money. It's not a complete scam. There is little bits of money out there being paid to survey takers all over the world. But there's two really big problems with the survey side hustle that's being pushed so hard right now. Number one, and kind of the obvious one, is that a vast majority of these surveys don't pay anywhere close to what's being claimed that they're paying, right? Even the people that are maybe saying something a little more reasonable, like $50 an hour or $50 per survey, they're going out and they're finding one single survey ever that's ever happened, that maybe 10 people have ever taken, and it was $50, and they're using that as their prime example and saying hourly or every single day, right? Which is virtually impossible. And the second big issue you're gonna find using any of the survey sites out there is just the number of surveys that are available, specifically ones that pay anything more than a couple bucks for an hour survey. And number two is there simply is not enough surveys out there. And so you'll log in a lot of times and there won't be surveys, or there'll be surveys that pay you 50 cents for an hour worth of survey work. So there's basically two different camps here that you find on Reddit. There's the first camp, which claims that it's a scam, and there's the second camp, which says that it's legit and gives you an affiliate link down below to click. Oh, what the internet has become. Moving on to number two, it's getting paid to type, which actually sounds legit and honestly sounds a lot more legit than surveys. You can see that the biggest Pinocchio award for this category only claims that you're going to make $200 an hour, which is only about $400,000 a year. So you should probably stick with surveys. Now, to be fair, most of the gurus are claiming $100 to $300 a day typing is kind of the norm here. But let's look at the reality of it. This is on rev.com, which is probably the biggest typing transcription service out there, right? It says that on average, people are making about $150 a month. Now, I don't know about you, but I literally had a couple kids knock on my door a couple months ago. They knocked on my door, offered to paint my curb. They did all 4 houses in my neighborhood, and they made $150 an hour in about a couple hours in an afternoon. And if we head over to Go Transcript, which is another one of the really big transcription sites, you can see right here, they say that on average, you'll pay about 60 cents per minute. Again, this is average. Now, it takes about 4 to 6 hours to do an audio minute. So once again, we extrapolate the math here, and if you are above average, you've got a foot pedal, you're doing everything right, you're making maybe a little more than $6 an hour on a good day. Now, you might think that's good, but just getting a simple customer service work from home job can pay you double or even triple that. So there really isn't a reason to sell yourself short here and make $5 to $6 an hour typing up in a job that's probably going to disappear soon as AI takes it over. Moving on to number 3, it's watching ads. And we've all seen this one, but have we ever seen a number quite this high? Yes, the biggest Pinocchio award for this one is claiming that you can make $75,000 per month. Seriously, what am I doing making these videos when I could literally just be watching them and making 10 times as much money? Now, here's the big issues you're gonna run into if you watch a video and you feel like perhaps there actually is money to be made watching videos. The first one, we're gonna look at this site called Fabric Pay. This kind of site kind of springs up all the time. I have this theory that it's the same people, just once they get found out, shutting down the site and starting a new one. Can't substantiate that, but that's kind of my theory. And what these sites are doing, you can look directly on their site and you can see that when you get paid in some kind of in-app currency, right? Not actual money. So theoretically, all you have to do is you go and you take this in-app money, right? And they say they're developing an app right now, and then you'll be able to convert the in-app currency into real currency. You dig a little deeper and say, well, when exactly will this app come out? And oh, we're busy working on it, right? It's happening, it's coming very, very soon. And literally all they have to do is never release this app, and they never have to pay a single penny to anybody that they made money off of. And number 2 is, even if you manage to get some money from watching these videos, the pay for watching advertisements and commercials and things like that is incredibly low. If you look at YouTube, right, like you probably watched a commercial before you watched this video. The average YouTuber makes about $5 for every 1,000 people that watch their videos. That means that the average advertiser is paying YouTube about $10 to get 1,000 people to watch their ad. So if they can go to YouTube and get a very targeted ad to somebody and get 1,000 people to watch it for $10, what makes us think that it's possible that we're gonna make 100 or 1,000 times that much watching on some other random site? Now moving on to number 4, this is actually one I had never heard of, and it started popping up as I started researching this video, and it was terrifying that this even exists and that people are making this claim, and that's PayPal cash codes. Now this video is the biggest Pinocchio in this category, where they're claiming you can make $200 every 20 minutes from PayPal. Now the site that most people are using when they're talking about free PayPal cash codes is freecash.com. There's a bunch of other similar ones as well that you can use, but you can see right here, it's got all kinds of different things you can do. And essentially you earn a bunch of points and then you click PayPal and they send you these like PayPal cash codes, which sounds exciting, but it's really just them giving you some money in PayPal. But you can see right here, some of these seem really legit, right? You can see $300, $58 for doing some task. But if we click on, right, for example, the Amazon Music task, you can see you're gonna make $1.23, but what do you have to do? Sign up for a 3-month trial of Amazon Music Unlimited, and then you have to stream your first song, stream a podcast, keep the service for 75 days, and then you're gonna get paid that whopping $1.23. So what these guys are doing, I can't imagine why the companies are letting them do this, but all they're doing is they're affiliate marketers, right? They're signing up for the Amazon affiliate program, and then they're getting you to sign up under their affiliate link with the Amazon Music, and if you stay and you follow all those parameters, then Amazon's going to pay them $2 and they're gonna go give you $1.23. Now the other thing they're doing is they're pushing these games, right? Let's click on some of these big money makers, these $300 ones right here, right? We've got Ant Legion, and all you've got to do is play this game, right? You install it, you get 15 cents, and then we start to scroll down and you can see the big money maker, right? 90% of it, really all of it, is you've got to reach levels within the games. Now maybe it's just me, I'm not great at video games, I fully disclose that, but the chances of you becoming a level 31 queen in this game, we all know, virtually impossible. That's how they know they're not gonna have to pay you, right? You can play this game all year and eventually perhaps reach that, but at what cost? And not to mention there's a bunch of rumors going around and little comments on Reddit and stuff where people say that after they started to earn money, their account was randomly deleted. And I'm not saying this is real or not, but there are multiple people making these claims across different forums. The real kicker with these ones, and the thing that really should leave you a little bit frustrated, is when anyone is promoting like freecash.com, right? They come and they show you all this stuff and then they say this, well, the way to make really good money, right? You can do all this stuff, but the way to make really good money is to head down here where it says affiliates. Then you're gonna take your affiliate link and you're gonna go tell everyone else that they can make money doing this, and you're gonna go post it on all the places on the internet. You're gonna go spam everybody in their inboxes and in Facebook groups, and that's where you make the real money. Now, if you're anything like me, that should make you feel a little salty. Now moving on to number 5, and before I say this one, I will add, don't leave, at the very end, we're going to name the 5 most legit side hustles that are gonna make you more than peanuts and crumbs and are actually still pretty easy to do. Having said that, moving on to number 5, it's faceless YouTube videos. And I have to add a caveat here. This is something I've promoted. This is something I spent a lot of time actually doing and attempting and promoting. And I've had all kinds of wins. We've had videos blow up. We've had multiple channels do pretty good. The one thing that's never really done well for me in the faceless YouTube space is making money. So I've come to the conclusion that I agree with this Squidward Redditor saying you've got to win the lottery to make a lot of money with this method. The number 1 Pinocchio winner you can see right here is $600,000 a month, which adds up to $7.2 million a year. Here's a fun fact. That's 3 times the average salary of the CEO of a publicly traded company. Seriously, why am I making these videos? Honestly though, I've pushed these and I've pushed so hard in my own life trying to make channels like this because the idea is so sound and there are legitimate people making money with this. There's 3 big issues trying to start this right now. The first one is the way most people are teaching it now is that you go out and you create meditation channels, right? You create kind of sleep calming music, white noise, stuff like that. Now the problem is there's no differentiation here, and it's gotten to the point where so many people have just uploaded 10 hours of meditation music that YouTube actually no longer monetizes. They're no longer going to accept you into the program if you're just doing basic stuff like this. The second issue, and again, this is something that I've actually worked on and talked about, is AI, right? We started to put AI voices into a lot of these YouTube videos because they're faceless, and YouTube has come out now and they no longer will allow you to monetize a channel that's using an AI voice. So you're, at the very least, you're going to have to do a voiceover of yourself or pay somebody to do a voiceover. And the third issue here here is you are competing with millions of people in countries where they're probably happy to make $3 an hour, which means you will need to get millions and millions of views, and you're going to have to be unique to do that. You're not going to be able to make a random script and throw some B-roll on it and magically make millions of people watch that video and be entertained. And this is something that I had to learn the hard way over the past few years, is that you have to come out with a unique way of putting forth information that makes people actually watch your video over the millions now of other videos out there on a similar subject. So again, there are people making money with this, probably more so than the other four, but the way this is being taught specifically and the promises that are being made,
$600,000 a month,
are why this one gets a bunch of Pinocchios. So hopefully you have now saved a bunch of time in your life by knowing that you're not going to have to try and learn these hustles the hard way. Here are the 5 hustles that you should actually be trying where a large number of people actually succeed. Oh, and by the way, I will leave links down below to different videos that kind of go into more detail about this, or you can just search YouTube. But number 1, look into the Amazon Influencer Program. Number 2, you're going to look into freelancing or starting some kind of digital marketing agency. Number 3, if you're looking for something that you don't have to create a business, DoorDash and Uber can still make $10 to $15 an hour, which is double what any of these will ever make you in the best case scenario, and there's an unlimited amount of work. Number 4 is joining research studies. These are things that like health professionals and stuff will do to try to test new medications and things like this. I've personally done these and been paid way more than I would have if I sat there, took surveys, watched videos, and typed. Number 5 is print on demand. Again, this one's going to be a little harder. It's going to take time. It's going to be building a business, but there's a lot of potential reward if you can grow something. And number 6, if you're a hustler, you want money, you want a lot of money, you want it soon, start a little home services business doing something like windows, carpets, anything like that. You can easily be making 10 times what you'll make doing surveys. You'll just have to knock on doors and talk to people. And that's it, folks. Stay safe out there. There's a lot of sharks.